Hi, I'm Mary Beth Stapleton, Manager of Family and Community Partnerships for Harford County Public Schools. Welcome to the Parent Academy Real Talk on Talent Pathways Project. With me today is Ms. Vicki Jones, who's overseeing the Talent Pathways Project. Thanks for joining me, Ms. Jones.
Absolutely.
Thanks for being here.
Thanks for having me.
Absolutely. So if you could just, we always start this off with our guests, if you could just introduce yourself, give a bit of your background and bio for our parents and our staff and our community.
Great, thank you. My name is Vicki Jones, and I'm the new manager for the Talent Pathways Project. I have been working on this project for the last 6 to 7 months. I'm excited to be here. I did graduate from Bel Air High School a long time ago. After I left Harford County, I went to Howard University and then to New York University. I've worked in community development and workforce development for the past 25 years, and I'm happy to be here back at home.
Awesome, and we're happy to have you. This
Thank
is
you.
such an interesting project. So what is the Talent Pathway Project? Really curious.
So this project is very unique. It hasn't been done in the county before, and it's exciting because it's all about figuring out the best way to bring the best talent to Harford County. You can think of it in terms of, I'm sure some folks have heard of Grow Your Own. So that is really what this is, trying to figure out how we can grow more teachers in Harford County to fill teaching positions and also other educator positions.
So thinking about teaching positions and other positions in the system, I mean, we certainly need the best and highest quality of staff working for us and to support our students. So, but why do we need it in Harford County? What's missing perhaps?
Well, the program also has a real focus on diversity.
Okay.
So we do need in Harford County to have more diversity in our administrative staff and also in our teaching staff. We know that Harford County demographics is changing, and so we need to make sure that we as a school system is supporting that change as well. So if we can have more teachers and make sure those teachers also are teachers of color, teaching in areas where whether or not the school is super diverse, we should have teachers in place so that our school system mimics what our county looks like.
So the goals of the project are to increase diversity amongst our teaching staff. It sounds like this Grow Your Own, the goal would be to really perhaps encourage community members, other people to consider maybe working for us. Absolutely.
One of the goals is to increase the diversity. The other goal is just to make sure that people in the community know about our system and that they can be teachers. So a lot of people think you have to have a teaching degree, and you don't. We have lots of paths that people can take, to become an educator in Harford County, and that includes our young folks too. So if we can get some of those young people who are interested in maybe education now or working with kids and have them explore opportunities in education, then maybe they'll come on board and be teachers for us.
That's great. And I know some of our parents see their little ones, playing teacher and such, so really maybe trying to encourage that in them.
Yeah, I mean, didn't we all play that?
Yeah,
I feel like right.
I was always a student. I was never the teacher. No one wanted me to be the teacher. I'm a social worker by trade, so I wanted to help the people, right?
Right.
Yeah, so anyway, but no, I just think it's interesting that, to really try to spark that interest in our students and really think about staying here and having them be the next generation of teachers is a really interesting idea.
I was at a school yesterday and found out that some of the 5th graders helped the younger kids in the school. And just a light bulb popped off and said, wow, they're getting this exposure young. How do we keep this interest going so that by the time they get to high school, they may choose TAM, to be their path.
And what is TAM?
That's the Teacher Academy of Maryland.
Okay, so that means that our high school students are learning how to be teachers in TAM.
They're learning how to be teachers. They have opportunities to be in real classrooms. And, part of what I'll be doing too is trying to figure out when they finish what's next. So, we have relationships with higher education partners like Harford Community College, and we can see if the students are interested in that path so they continue to grow in that profession.
So if there is that partnership with the college, then perhaps they could support the student after high school graduation.
Correct.
Okay, very good. So we're really trying to kind of help ease them into the next phase after they leave us even.
Ease them into it, make it simpler, make sure there are no barriers to the success.
Very good.
And that's part of our Grow Your Own.
Great. So I know you've been with us for a few months now. So what's been happening over the last 3 months or so?
Well, the last few months have been all about what I like to say discovery. So coming into the system, even though I'm a product of the system, and I'm familiar with education, there are things that I need to learn about HCPS. And there are people that I need to talk to, and just we've been having, doing a needs assessment. So really reaching out to parents, reaching out to students, reaching out to educators and other stakeholders to get their opinion on how we're doing and what we need to do better.
Yeah, and I've been a part of some of those conversations. They're very interesting to see where we are now and where we could grow to and how we could get there. So, so what will happen over the next 6 months or so?
Well, over the next few months, we'll have that needs assessment done. So we'll share that with the community, and folks can, we'll be able to ask if they want to, us to hear their voices. They can share that in the meanwhile. But that needs assessment will be finished, and we'll be able to share that. And then we'll also start working on one of the interesting things, I think one of the most interesting things, is that we're building a new school that's slated to be built in 2026, and that's the Harford Academy at Campus Hills. And that school is going to be our training site. So part of what I'm working on right now, along with others, at HCPS in various departments, is building a design, program design for that school.
Wow, so people can get there and get trained.
That's going to be our training
in real
site.
time.
In real time.
Wow.
They're going to have those opportunities. It will be, elementary school there, so they will be able to come hands-on. Our community partners will be able to come to that site. Our higher education partners will be able to come to that site. And that's what it's going to be, like a model training ground.
Interesting. Wow, that's great news.
Yeah.
Very interesting.
Yeah.
So thinking about that model training ground, we may have community members, parents, career changers interested in getting into teaching, getting into education. What do they do if they're interested? How do they get a part of the work that you're doing with the Talent Pathway?
Well, I'm so excited about this project too, because I think there's definitely going to be a communications plan to get this out into the community.
Okay.
And just right off the bat, I say call HR. So, and they do a
Human
fabulous
resources.
human resources.
Yeah.
Yes, they do a fabulous job of reaching out to people, and finding people where they are. And I think we will grow that a little bit more, so that we're even having a further reach in different parts of the community. And we'll just have people just call and say, "Hey, I want to be a teacher." I look forward to going out more and talking about this project, so that people know it's around, to different communities, churches, all over the county, to make sure that people understand that this is available and that we want to bring teachers into our system.
Great, and I'm hearing not just teachers, para-educators, other support staff that we need. We're really interested in all folks reaching out who are interested in joining us.
Right. There may be a parent who has just a little bit of time while their child's in school, and they can come and support us, by being an inclusion helper or a paraeducator. And then maybe they eventually say, "Hey, I want to be a teacher, a full-time teacher," and we can help them figure out the path to get there.
Yeah, it's interesting you say parents, because I recently saw a parent that I know in my circle who was in the lobby of the central office, and they were signing up to be a sub. So I thought, wow, that's pretty cool.
Yeah, that's great. That's great.
Very good. Well, thank you for joining me. This is really interesting work. I know it's a lot of work. It's a heavy lift, but I appreciate your energy, your time, and attention, and I really am excited about the next 5 years or so to see where this takes our district.
I am so excited too. Thank you for having me, and I hope that I can come back in a few months to just give you an update.
Let's do that. That's a great idea.
Sounds
Great.
good.
Thank you for joining the Parent Academy Real Talk. We'll see you next time.